What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Shandon Kiah, and today we are talking about real estate investing. There seems to be a common misconception that you need an insane amount of capital and knowledge to get started in the realm of real estate investing. Well, I'm here to tell you that is far from the truth. And if you have real estate goals and questions, I want to preface this video by saying I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida, so I'd be honored to earn your real estate business and answer any questions you may have. So I'm going to drop my contact information on screen so you can get in touch and get started on your journey. Today we are in downtown Tampa on the Riverwalk, one of the most popular tourist and local attractions. And Tampa, as well as the Tampa Bay area, has become a very popular destination for real estate investing, and I foresee it being that way for the next several years. When it comes to real estate investing, there's going to be three common ways that most real estate investors are going to make their investment. There's first, fix and flips, then there are rental properties, and then of course there's buy and hold. The first thing we'll talk about are fix and flips. So when it comes to fix and flips, you want to take into consideration the kind of market you're in and how the external factors are going to determine your profit margins. If the market's a little bit slower, that market might not be the best to do a fix and flip. When you're scoping out a fix and flip deal, you're going to want to look at properties that have some distress. So you want to find parts of the home that need renovations so you can come in at a lower price and get the best deal possible and really open up those profit margins. Now, when it comes to fix and flips, while they are lucrative for fast turnaround times, anywhere from 3 to 10 months, there are several challenges you must overcome during the whole process. You're going to have to be hiring contractors, handymen, and different kinds of vendors to make sure all your repairs and renovations are completed with quality and in due time. If you haven't built a solid network of contractors, you could possibly be getting ripped off by people who are super desperate for the work and really need the money for the job you're willing to have completed. Now, I will say of all three methods, fix and flips probably do require the most capital, but that's not to say you can't get a savvy loan that'll help you achieve the process. There are certain loan types like an FHA 203K loan, which is going to allow you to take the original purchase price of the property, add up the total of the renovation cost, and add that on top of the mortgage, and then they'll calculate your monthly payment out of that, and you still only have to put 3.5% down. You could use, for example, an FHA loan for your first fix and flip. This is going to allow you to only put 3.5% down on whatever the purchase price is. All you need to do is seek out an area that is highly desirable, has good rental value, that will allow you to put a tenant into the property that will pay your mortgage. The objective with rental properties is to create cash flow. You want to secure a property in an area where the rental value is going to be higher than your mortgage. Say you put a property under contract for $300,000. At 3.5% down, you're looking at $10,500 plus closing costs. Let's say you're all in at 20 grand. You get into the property, you run your scope of work, it needs 25,000 in work. You put 25,000 into the property, so you're all in at 345,000. But now the ARV, or after renovation value, is 425,000. After say 3 to 10 months after everything's finished, you can go sell that property for 425,000 and make a spread of $80,000 in such a short period of time. That's what makes fix and flip so beautiful. You can very quickly pay off your original loan and debt, and then you now have those proceeds to roll into the next project. The next investment strategy we'll talk about are rental properties. Rental properties are much more simple than fix and flips, and you don't have to do as much strenuous work. The goal with rental properties is to seek out a property in a highly desired area with great rental value that you can put a tenant in and they will pay your mortgage for you. The name of the game here is cash flow. When you're talking about rental properties, it's very simple. You want to secure a mortgage in an area where the rental values are high. That way your tenant has a rent that is higher than what your monthly mortgage payment is. When you create positive cash flow, meaning your rental income is greater than the mortgage on the property, it looks great for the banks. So when you go to secure your next property, you can leverage this in your debt to income ratio and use it as income for your next project. So let's say, for example, you close on a property for $300,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, so good for a family or a small group of people who could rent out each room. Say your monthly mortgage payment for this property is $2,200, right? You can now put the tenants in there and ask them to pay $2,500 a month. You're positive cash flowing $300 every month. So when you go to purchase your next property, you have that as reinforcement for income coming in along with your 9-to-5 gig or side hustle or whatever profession it is you have. Now, the last strategy we're going to talk about are buy and holds. And the beautiful part about this is if you can secure as many properties as possible, it's up to you what you want to do with them in the future. But the thing about real estate is it appreciates over time. So if you continue to hold on to the property and maintain it to keep its value, then you'll be able to reap the proceeds later in the future. With this method, if done correctly, it's almost as if you can merge the first two strategies into one. So say you secure a property using an FHA loan for $300,000. So again, $10,500 down, and then closing costs will bring you up to $20,000. So you're $20,000 out of pocket, right? Now, the original purchase price was $300,000, but say you live in the property for 2 years, and during that time, you rent out a couple of the rooms, so you're already getting some cash flow or some rental income from house hacking. Now, say your property had some value add potential, and during your time of house hacking, you decided to make some cosmetic renovations that now brought the property's value from $300,000 to $400,000. You can then do what's called a refinance. The bank will send an appraiser in there and gather the new value of the property, readjust your mortgage to fit that value, but they'll allow you to borrow up to 80% of that new equity. So you can take 80% of that $100,000 difference, giving you 80 grand in your pocket to reinvest into your next property. So now that you've pulled your equity out and you're onto your next property, you can now buy your new primary residence and fill the void you left in the previous home. So now you have, up to however many tenants you want in that property, paying that mortgage while you've just used your equity to secure a new property for yourself. This is a method made popular by Grant Cardone. It's called the BRRRR method. It's buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. This personally is my favorite real estate investment strategy and the one I will be using to secure properties in the future. I love it because it takes elements of both fix and flip and rental properties, combines them into one for the greatest future financial result. I'm going to be elaborating on real estate investing in future content, so stay tuned for that. And remember, I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida, so if you have questions about real estate investing, feel free to reach out. I'll be honored to earn your real estate business and help you with those real estate goals. I'm going to drop my contact information on screen so you can get in touch, but that's going to be the end of this video. So if you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace.